Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well. This is the second of two consecutive videos where this time round we're talking about 5 reasons why David Moyes should be leaving West Ham United, and it looks like he pretty much is. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some very nice retro gear, guys, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts made by Admiral and Umbro, as you can see from the icon that's up here. So go check those out as well. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, as I always say, I'll be sending on to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter, as they are currently supporting over 60 separate food banks as of the time of this recording. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to the club shop, and you'll be helping those the less fortunate than you and I. So yesterday we talked about 5 reasons why David Moyes should stay. Today we are talking about 5 reasons why David Moyes should go. Now, first and foremost, number 5 on the list is David Moyes is too cautious as a manager. By his own admission, you know, it's really, really difficult to understand why he is the way that he is, but he just is. So there's no real reason to try and, go into the nitty gritty. We've spoken about it many, many times. Of course, this because he's very, very conservative and very, very cautious. It leads to a negative approach to games. For example, the first leg of the Bayern Leverkusen game, set up for a nil-nil draw. We could have gone at them. We had a good couple of chances, but didn't score in that game. You know, which would left us with everything to do last Thursday. And boy, did the boys do everything they could to try and do it. We could have been 3-0 up at half time for that one. We really genuinely could have done. You know, but it's not nice to watch. I've said it many, many times, it's not nice to watch. But at the same point as it is with Formula One, you know, every football club on the league now is more concentrated on what happens on the table instead of what happens on the pitch. And it's really, really awful to see that. It really, really is. And number 4, for that matter, is he's criticising the fan base on a relatively frequent basis. Not as bad as Sam Allardyce. He's up there, though, over the last couple of years. He really, really shows himself as a dejected fan because he's not feeling respected by the fan base for a lot of good reasons and for a lot of bad reasons. You know, but you don't, once you start criticising the people that are paying their hard-earned money to come and see you do your job, it's the beginning of the end. It really, really is the beginning of the end. It's the same reason for Sam Allardyce. You know, you could argue his interview when he got the job in the first place was the beginning of the end. You know, saying about, asking what's the West Ham way? Is it playing beautiful football and getting relegated? That's not how I do it. You know, and David Moyes, winning is what I do. And as I talked about yesterday, 46% win ratio with us over 4 years. That's not bad. But to come out and blast a lot of people to say that they're wrong is that there are a lot of, how did he put it? A lot of experts in the crowd. Just because we haven't done our badges, David, doesn't mean we don't have any better ideas than you do. You know, it really, really is awful with that. You know, the other week, what was it? The start of the season, he came out saying that they might want to see better football than others, but I've won more than other managers, and he's absolutely right. He hasn't won no club, with the exception of the playoff final and the odd SBO Cup. No manager has actually won anything better than what he has with West Ham United. It's a fact, and it's a shame. It is a real shame. We got so close in the FA Cup 2006. We got so close in the Europa League semi-final 2 seasons ago. Now, but yeah, you just don't show that level. Show that level of arrogance on the pitch. Yeah, but show humility when you lose. And I love the fact that he was very humble with his post-match discussion after the Palace game, because it's nice to see that he was as angry as us, but it's just not good enough anymore. It really isn't. Number 3 on the list, he would rather convert a winger than bring in a striker or centre forward, depending on your definition of either. It's worked. It has worked. You know, he's converted Arnautovic, he's converted Bowen, he's converted Antonio. You know, he tried to convert Felipe Anderson. Didn't work. You know, it was just, it's very, you know, but to his credit, agreed to sign off Skamaka, agreed to sign off Hilaire. Both players have gone on and done really well at different clubs, which proves he's not a striker manager. That, again, was the beginning of the end for us. It really, really was. Skamaka, relatively lazy. You look at the goals that he scored against Atalanta in the first leg, for Atalanta, I should say, against Liverpool in the first leg of the quarterfinals in the Europa League. Typical Skamaka, bumbling it, you know, casually walking into, practically doing an Arsenal, walking into the box and kicking it into the back of the net. That's what he does. That's not good enough for David Moyes' side, and I understand that. But to go out to outright just not bring in a striker or even bring through a striker properly. Yes, okay, you've got to feed them through on a gradual basis, but yeah, it just no. I mean, it looks like Mbama's not good enough anyway. You know, he showed some promise when he's come around, of course. But if you watch him I've watched a handful of the games that have been on the YouTube channel for the under-21s or the development squad or whatever they're calling it this season, or this week for that matter. And yeah, you know, he just doesn't look good enough. But I get it. But on the same point, guys, because of his stubbornness, number 2 on the list, we have the oldest squad in the Premier League. It's just a fact. I mentioned it beforehand. I saw Gonzo said we got the second oldest, so I thought that's not correct. And unfortunately, Gonzo, if you're watching, it isn't correct because, at least according to transfermarket.com or .co.uk, they're basically the same website anyway. The average age of a West Ham squad player is 28.5, 28 and a half years old. Fulham are the second oldest with 28.1. Well, what is 1 in there? 28 years and 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever it's going to be. But yeah, we have the oldest squad in the league, and we're used to that. We are really, really used to that. But if you want to be ambitious and push us on to the next level that we are at the moment in comparison to where we were prior to the move to the London Stadium, I'm not saying the move has done it. I'm just saying over that 7-year period now, we have reached a higher level than we were 7-8 years ago. As simple as that. We've got better players than we had then. And when we're not talking about the stadium, it's irrelevant. We're talking about players. So we still have the oldest squad in the league. And because David Moyes loves to have a small squad so he doesn't have to rotate, he wants people to work hard, etc., which I understand. But we have the joint smallest squad in the Premier League, according to Transfer Market. Ironically, the other team that has the same number of squad numbers in us are on the verge of winning the league. So figure out that one if you will. I mean, about as subtle as a brick wall there with that one. But again, that's because they have an empty checkbook and we have David Sullivan in charge. You know, and we have an absolutely ridiculous sponsor scheme as well, for that matter. We have loads of sponsors, is great, but where's the money coming from? You know, the numbers that we're getting from the sponsors are very, very small, but that's nothing to do with David Moyes. But those are the 5 reasons why I feel David Moyes should be walking. And as a result of it, guys, thank you very, very much for staying. As you would have thought, this video is longer than yesterday's. Oh yes, that would be that way for you guys, won't it? But yeah, thank you very, very much for your time. If you like what I'm doing, please do like, share, and subscribe. It'd be nice to try and get some more numbers. As I say, because we've had a hell of a lot of viewers over the last month. It really is. 6,000. The highest it's ever been for a long, long time. And only 17 of you subscribed over the last 4 weeks. Granted, it's a quarter more than you guys did the month before. But guys, please do subscribe. We've got a lot of returning viewers coming back, and I know a lot of those aren't subscribed either. So guys, please do hit the subscribe button. It's genuinely free. It really is. It doesn't cost you a penny apart from your time. That's it. In the meantime, guys, have a good day. Look after yourselves. The Liverpool preview will be up tomorrow lunchtime, around about the same time this is as well. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Take care, and I'll see you soon. All the best now.